Redefining broadcasting. Listen.
Ooh. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevator TV Radio. My name is Ida Matthew. You're going to love to come with the Elevator on Sports. Let's have some good time talking sports for the next 1 hour. Sorry for coming 12 minutes behind schedule. Make it up on top of the hour. We'll give you back your 12-minute spot. It was due to some technical issues that we had to fix behind the scene. Now we're back on the microphone again, alive, happy, and ready to go. Shocking story coming out from England, and I don't know, but should the manager even be saying that kind of thing? Gareth Southgate have named this team for the World Cup, and said something that surprised me. He said that Kieran Trippier's Oran game is better than that of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Okay, for all of these amazing performances that Trent Alexander-Arnold have been putting up, somehow, uh, Gareth Southgate does not believe in him. But he's still going to take him to the World Cup, but just that there are no guarantees of a regular playing time if you are Trent Alexander. I know some people have advised that he should retire, do a temporary retire, go on a sabbatical from until Gareth Southgate is fired. We all know that most likely after the World Cup, Gareth Southgate looked like a candidate that will be kicked out. And if Graham Potter, does have a good run with the Chelsea team, it just might be the next England coach. I don't know, but I think so himself and maybe Frank Lampard. We know that Frank Lampard loves that job. He can't wait to have that job. So we'll see how that goes. But if you're Trent Alexander-Arnold, what would your position be? I'm not alone in the studio today. I've got Benedict Eki with me, the youngster who's a prodigy, who's really doing well. Let me take this to him. Your national team coach comes out and say, "Hey, the reason why I've not been picking you is because somehow Kieran Trippier, you are Trent Alexander-Arnold. You play for Liverpool. You are regarded as one of the best fullback in the world currently, and you've contributed more goals, assists to goal than anybody, either primary or secondary assist." And then your national team coach comes out and say, "Oh, the reason why I've not been playing is got only 17 caps in the last 6 years or so since he came to the national team under Gareth Southgate." And somehow the coach comes out and say, the reason why I'm not playing you is because Kieran Trippier, who you also see playing the national team, is one word that better than you. Hey, what would you do?
Good morning to you all listening. I'm happy to be here as always. Considering the question you just asked, I think if I was trying Alexander Arnold, I would just go back and start again. I'll try to be better than Kieran Trippier.
Is he not currently better than Trippier?
He is, but he needs to be better in the eye of Gareth Southgate. That's just the primary aim for me.
Okay.
That's it.
So you agree with Southgate?
I agree with him this time around. Alexander Arnold just needs to go back. That thing he's doing needs to just do it more and make sure the press are going to promote him better and in better light than they are doing right now to Kieran Trippier.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know, but
I won't advise him to retire. It's not advisable for me.
let's just keep our fingers crossed. But somehow, I'm amazed that a coach would come out and say that. Anyway. But hey, it is what it is. It's nothing anybody can do about it. If a coach has said it, then they said it. So nothing anybody can actually argue about. But that pool of players that the coach have named, I hope that he gets the perfect of the three that goes to the World Cup for him, and then eventually delivers the goods. I don't think that the World Cup is coming home anyway. I don't think if it is coming home, it's not coming to England. It does look like South America have been starved of the World Cup for a while, so it just might be their turn again to get it. I mean, 2010 was Spain. Before 2010 was 2006. 2006 was Italy. The last time a team from South America won the World Cup was 2002 when Brazil won over Germany. And since
One
then,
that was France.
the one before, yeah. So if you look carefully, between 1990 and now, only two South American teams have won the World Cup: Brazil and Argentina. 94 and 2000. Okay, Brazil won it twice. Brazil won it. Did I just say Argentina? Argentina?
Yeah,
No, Brazil have won it twice in 94 and 2002. And between then, in 1990, it was Germany over Argentina. And then the funny thing is, come to think of it, last two times Argentina have won the World Cup, they beat Argentina in the finals. Oh, sad. Sorry. Okay, so Germany won it in Italy in 1990. France won it at home in 98. In 2006, Italy, came to Germany and won it. And who won it in 2000? Okay, it was Brazil, Korea, Japan. And then in 2010, perennial underachiever Spain won it. And then 2014, first time a European country was going to South America to win it. And somehow they won it over Argentina again. And now we have a World Cup going to Qatar. Okay, just like it surprisingly came to Africa in 2010. Would the South American team now rise up to the occasion and say, okay, maybe one new South American team, Uruguay or something, could just decide, let's win this thing again. It's been long, 1930, 1934. It's been a long time since we last have a taste of this. Let's just do it. We've had Forlan, we've had Suarez, they've all come and gone. But let's see if this new generation can do it. There's a whole lot of things that can happen. But then it could also be a Messi World Cup. It could also be a Neymar World Cup, either of the two. But then the European teams are not going to fold their hands and watch. That's why they've already started all this their drama, talking about Vinny Junior's dancing being a problem and all that. But we'll see how it goes anyway. But before I come back to you again, let me do with the headlines and the stories that we've got. The Super Eagles of Nigeria lost to Algeria 2-1, like in 2019, the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations again. Some questionable officiating here and there, but I'm going to come to you on that one as well as the audience. So let me put out the question for the audience there. If you're there watching or listening, what would you do if you're Trent Alexander-Arnold, your coach, your national team coach, comes out and tells you that your Oran game is not up to par? That's the reason why you don't get selected. That Kieran Trippier is better than you. Oran game. I don't know what Oran game means anyway, but that's what he said. What would you do if you're Trent Alexander-Arnold? Continue to sit on the bench, continue to go there and feel the humiliation, or do a sabbatical on the national team and say, you know what, until this coach leaves, I'm not going to play in the national team. I'll wait. When he leaves, I'll come back and try to prove myself again. Because as it is, this coach I've just told you is mine. Like, guy, you're not in my plan anyway. I'm just going to be picking you to satisfy people, but you're not in my plan. Remember when that story come out that Iguavo invited Nazi because he wanted to satisfy people? I think that's exactly what's happening in England right now. So you guys, if you are there, what would you do? And let's move to the other one. The Super Eagles of Nigeria played yesterday. Some of you saw the game, some did not see, because I see a lot of people sending me messages in my DM that they didn't see the game. Now, for those of you that saw the game, what is your take? Give me your take on the game, analysis, your perspective to the game, because only my opinion will not be enough. Let's enjoy your perspective to that game as well. Do your player rating and everything. Mikel Obi announced his retirement yesterday at the age of 35. For some people, they said he retired too early. How would you rate his career overall? How would you, what would you say? Where will you rank Mikel Obi among all-time Nigerian players that have played this game? Where would you rank him currently? And how would you rate his career from 2003 when he played for the Under-17 and we lost that to the toes of coin, and then went on to go to the finals in 2005 to play the Under-20 World Cup and lost to Messi. He didn't show up for 2018 Olympics, but then in 2016, after missing out in 2018, it took him another 8 years or so 8 to 9 years or so to show up in 2016. 8 years, yeah. And somehow went on the way to win a bronze medal that is considered good enough to be called golden bronze, because it was against all odds. The battle to go to that, that Nations Cup was against all odds. How would you rate Mikel Obi on that one? And let's put it in. Let's be bold. Let's not wait to the last minute. 54 days to the World Cup. Who are you tipping to be in the semifinals and the finals? Okay, what are your last 4 teams for the World Cup and your last 2 teams for the World Cup? And possible, who do you pick right now to win the World Cup? So let's get in on the conversation and see how it goes. If you're there, I'm here. I'm set and ready. Let's go. Don't forget, my name is Idafi Matthew. So you love to come in the logo to the sports. First off, let's get down with the headline and the news as put together by the very amazing Timothy Daybo. I want to read a lot of his stories. You know where to go. Nairametrics, or see, it's Nairametrics, yeah. Nairametrics.com. It's got some very beautiful financial article in sports there. It's also got some beautiful article on the Elevated TV website. So it's elevated.tv.com. So let's start with the headlines today. Eagles suffered defeat to Foxes in Oran amid controversial officiating. And the game didn't go as planned. Moses Simon. Mikel calls it quits as he announces his retirement from professional football. It's about time to do all the things. He's been around this football thing since 2003. Let's give the man a break. The man has decided, okay, you know what? It's time to take a break and give others a chance. Abia Warriors appoint Erasmus Onu as new head coach. How many times will this man coach Abia Warriors? Are you some Allardyce? And then the beautiful thing with having Erasmus Onu is you would enjoy the press conference before and after matches. We have to make Nigerian football brand appealing. Ayodeji Adegbenro, my very good friend, who wants to be a board member of the Nigerian Football Federation. Let's hope that everything go well. Well, while you're dumping up your comments on the Instagram feed and the YouTube feed, let's take the news and see. For those of you who don't know, Nigeria lost yesterday 2-1, but for those of you who know, just let's re-emphasize it on the news segment. Nigeria Super Eagles fell to their Algerian counterpart by 2-1 in their friendly encounter in Oran. The home side secured a win over Nigerians and to end the international break on a high. With both sides having missed out on a place to the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, they faced each other in a friendly. The Super Eagles had faced Algeria's B team in a test match only days earlier on Friday, while the Algerian team faced Guinea. Okay, the Super Eagles opened the scoring very early in the game as the informed Terem Moffi made 3 goals in his last 2 games for the national team. And he scored in the very 9th minute of that game, and we thought that okay, Nigeria is going to go from here. But I think the second half we just went off. We just went off. Well, that's a topic for another day. I leave my jury to decide what happened. But there was some very, very bright light in that game. I wouldn't lie. The Algerians quickly raised their game and provided dangerous moment through their attacking trio of Riyad Mahrez, Slimani and Youcef Belaili. These names that I just mentioned, the goals came from 2 of the players. The new look centre back pairing of Kevin Akpoguma and Bassey. Kevin Klein, whatever. Okay, managed to keep the Desert Forces at bay. The visitors thought they had doubled their advantage after Terem Moffi set up Ademola Lookman to tap the ball home, but the referee disallowed the goal for a shady offside call. This would prove to be a turning point in the match as the first half was gradually winding down. Yes, Frank Onyeka contact with Benchani in the 41st minute in the 18-yard box. And Mahrez convert to draw parity. The Algerians emerged for the second half more energized and put the Super Eagles defenders under immense pressure. They eventually found the net stunning style as Yusuf Attal struck the ball from 30 yards into the back of the net in the 61st minute. But I think Francis Uzor was culpable there anyway. The defeat in Algeria means Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro has now failed to win any of his 4 friendly matches in charge of the side, losing 3 and drawing 1. The Super Eagles will return to action in November when they face Portugal in a friendly encounter before the World Cup. Okay, we hope that we manage to win that one. But then, whatever we say, this coach holds the record of the highest scoreline win against Atoma and Principal, so we should not forget that. The game didn't go as planned. That's what Moses said. Okay, Super Eagles captain in the 9th, the captain on the 9th against Algeria, Moses Simon, has expressed disappointment on the outcome of Nigeria's game against Algeria on Tuesday night. While speaking to NFF TV after the match, the final whistle in Oran, Moses Simon expressed disappointment regarding the result, but insisted that the team picked up some positive. The game did not go the way we planned it, but it's part of the job. We learn every day, and I believe we have picked a lot from it. Okay, we all know that the referee did not give a justice, of course, and who said we should just forget about it. We should just play our game because people are watching. Okay, we just need to encourage, motivate ourselves. We played for pride, okay, for our families, for ourselves, and for Nigerians. But unfortunately, the result didn't come well. So we don't know if we would some of us will take it. But I take it. I'm okay. So Simon concluded that he believed in the team's ability and that there is more work to be done. I want to drop a question here. If Moses Simon retires today, would he be amongst the greats that played for the national team? Would you put Moses Simon as one of those greats, or you would just be one of those as being like, I beg you, that guy spent his whole time playing for the national team was a wasted time. At least Ahmed Musa, you would always remember his exploit at the World Cup. You would always remember that he, came out of nowhere and became the top goal scorer for Nigeria at the FIFA World Cup. You would never forget that. But for Moses Simon, what really would we remember him for? Well, he said we just gave ourselves a boost that we believe we can do it, and I believe we did our best, even though the game didn't go as planned. But we will just keep on working. Let's hope that good. So let's look at the story on the retirement of John Nchekube Mikel Obi. Okay, John Obi Mikel Nchekube, whatever you want to call it. But then that's who he is. That's why captain and midfielder of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, John Obi Mikel, has officially called it quit from playing professional football. Mikel's professional career began with Nigerian Professional Football League side Plateau United before joining Norwegian club Linoslo in 2004 at the age of 17. He joined Chelsea in 2006 after they hijacked the agreed deal for him with Manchester United. He stayed with Chelsea for 11 years before moving to China with Zhejiang Teda in 2017. From 2019 until 2022, he played for Middlesbrough, Trabzonspor, Stoke City, Kuwait FC, blah, 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 blah. In this retirement announcement post made on social media on Tuesday afternoon, he said, there is a saying that all good things come to an end. And for my professional football career, that day is today. I look back at the past 20 years of my career, and I must say I am very satisfied with all that I was able to achieve, and more importantly, the human it has helped shape. Okay, that's a very good one. That's a good side to it because that's the one you will take away from the game. Okay, so that was a good one. All would not have been possible without the unwavering support of my family, managers, clubs, coaches, teammates, and most importantly, my ever-loving fans. You supported me through my highs and lows, even on days I failed to live up to my expectations. Okay, I say a big thank you to you all. I would also look to encourage everyone who I may have inspired one way or the other in the course of my career to never give up in their dreams. Okay, for every time you think about quitting, remind yourself why you started. Man, brother man is quoting some big stuff. Okay, Nigerian footballers are becoming different, becoming a lot more intelligent and doing some things in a smart way. Okay, this is not goodbye. It's just the start of another journey, another chapter of my life. I look forward to what the future holds, and I hope you will walk with me. Thank you. Mikel led Nigeria to the 2013 AFCON win and also the bronze medal for Nigeria at the Rio 2016 Olympics. Okay, let's go to MPFL gist and matters going on around. One man, I call him Mazionu, because this man can talk. He would do well as a media practitioner. And then he's also a very, very astute tactician. I think he's somebody that can get the job done. Ahead of the 2022-2023 season in the NPFL, Abia Warriors have replaced Coach Imama Amapakabo, who managed the side last season with Erasmus Ono. Coach Amapakabo left the team after last season, which he finished 13th. With Erasmus Onu managed, Heartland FC of Owerri last season as they finished 18 in the table and couldn't avoid relegation. The team announced the signing of the new coach on a 2-year contract on Tuesday. Abia Warriors Football Club is delighted to welcome Erasmus Onu as our new head coach. Okay, he joins on a 2-year contract. The club tweeted, okay, this social media that they said is not good. It's not the platform of choice for most of this club. I'm happy at that. Okay. Now let's talk about the NFF election and the expectations, the hope, the dreams, the promises that is within the hearts and minds of the people that are hoping to come in on board, whether as president or board member side. We'll see. La Liga's communications and project coordinator for Nigeria and Ghana, Ayodeji Adegbero, who is vying for the elective member position in the upcoming NFF election slated for the 30th of September 2020, has said the Nigerian football brand has to be more appealing than by that way more investors can come in. And when he spoke exclusively to us at elegotechtv.com, he said, for you to attract revenue from corporate organizations, you have to make the brand appealing for corporate organizations. Okay, it's about numbers. So once the brand or product is appealing enough to a large number of consumers, then those numbers, you can always attract investment from those organizations. So like I always said, numbers game. Okay, numbers game. Right, that's just it. Numbers game. Okay, so let's go past all of that and look at what you guys have said. Before I come to you guys, let me go to the young man in the studio with me. Benedict, you saw the Super Eagles play yesterday. What's your reaction to the whole game, the selection, the tactics, the result?
Coming to that one, generally I wasn't impressed. Generally, I wasn't impressed. The tactics coming into that game weren't just very good for me. The defender starting, I believe they could have done better. Algerian team was just too good for Nigeria. I don't know what to say. I think this coach is not very good enough following yesterday's performance.
Really?
I don't feel so again because his friendlies are usually walkovers. But what I've been seeing,
walkovers for who? For Super Eagles or for the opposition?
for anyone who's serious with them, is supposed to walkovers. I just feel like what's the future coming to Nigeria? I don't know.